Hey guys, happy Friday. I'm coming at you with a video because I felt like it's fall and I don't know, I decided that it was time for another video. The last one I did for you guys was around my birthday. It was called My Birthday, Your Business, and I'll put a link in if you want to go check it out because it had a couple really great things that I learned from this year that are really kind of propelling me into the fall. So I know the fall kind of always feels like back to school, there's like notebooks and composition pads, and now you can even like get your nails done with like pencils and apples, and there's all sorts of stuff. But I think that you guys already feel that energy and you know that. And so I didn't want to bombard your inbox today with the whole idea of like back to school, like what are you doing? Like what are your goals? I think you feel that energy and you're doing the work. And so I don't want to hit home with you with just something else that, you're probably already hearing somewhere else in your inbox. So I started to think about some concrete things that I really think can help you this month and this fall. And Jake agrees too. I don't know if you can see like his little ears down there. He's like sometimes involved and sometimes not. I don't know. He's leaving now. So there you have it. So I was thinking about this and I came up with this idea of these copy myths that I've been hearing over and over again. And if you're a client of mine or if you read me often, you might have heard me speak about these things. So I kind of wanted to break them down into 3 things today. So this is the 3 copy myths debunked. Okay? So let's start with the first one. And I've written them down myself because sometimes I feel, and I think this is good for you to know, that it's okay to like have a little handy dandy script to kind of reference. Like there's no shame in the game, even especially if you write it on your fridge list too. I think that makes it even better. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is your about page. So you might be working on your website right now. You might be smack dead in the middle of it. And you might think that your about page is essentially your resume, right? It makes sense. It's your bio. It's where you're from, your credentials, your schooling, that you like to drink coffee on Saturday mornings when the sun comes up, like a little personality, and that's it. I get it. But when it comes to your business and kind of in life in general, I'm going to tell you, I think that couldn't be further from the truth. So the first myth I want to debunk for you is that your about page is actually not about you. It's about your audience. And what do I mean by this? So when you go to the doctors, think about right now your favorite doctor that you see. It could be a dermatologist. It could be your general practitioner. It could be your therapist, like a great doctor who you really love and trust. Think about that person. I feel like David Copperfield. I'm like, think about it. Point to the screen. Now, I want you to think about, do you know where that particular practitioner went to school? Do you know their credentials? Do you know if they were summa cum laude? Summa cum laude? I feel like the president. I can't say anonymous today. I can say anonymous, actually. Do you know where they went to school? You might, but chances are you don't. And even further than that, it probably doesn't matter because you know that they're a doctor. You know that they're legitimate. Of course, when someone comes to your site, you want them to know that you're legitimate. But past that, when you walk into your doctor's office, you're not like scrolling the walls for his or her credentials. Why you're there is because somebody's referred you. You found them. Something about them spoke to you. You know that what they specialize in can help you. It can get you to A to B, and you really feel like they are going to be the people who are going to heal you and make you feel better. So that's number 1. And then number 2 in this concept is that there's also something about their personality that they share with you. In the biz world, we call this the know, like, and trust factor. And in the medical world, we call this bedside manner. So that means for you on your about page is your chance to be that awesome practitioner that people really, really love. So that means that your about page is about what you're going to do for the audience that's reading this and giving a little bit of that bedside manner in it. So I'll use myself as an example. If you go to my about page, one of the first things you'll read is me speaking to you and saying you didn't know that when you signed up to be an entrepreneur and a business owner that you signed up to be Tony Robbins meets Charles Dickens. Oprah meets Charles Dickens. Insert whatever business person you want to put in there. And the whole point is my hope is that you nod your head and go, oh my gosh, yes, I didn't know. And then I tell you, well, I can help you figure that out. So right away, you know that I'm the person to help you. Here's why. I give you a little bit of glimpse into myself, a little bit of my snap, crackle, and pop personality. Then I follow it up with a call to action and telling you, okay, here's your next steps. Here's what you should do next. it's the same thing when you approach your about page. So yes, you can totally sprinkle in your credentials, and I do it myself, but you will never know that I went to Harvard University for an MFA unless you read my third person bio at the end. Because at the end of the day, I could have gone to Harvard and I could be a really sucky copywriter, and I might not be able to help your business. So I want to lead with how I can help you and make you want to work with me through my personality. Because if you think about it, everything has kind of already been said, but it hasn't been said by you. So someone's going to choose you. You're going to choose your doctor, or your general practitioner, or a dermatologist, or somebody based on how much you think they can help you, how much you trust them, and how much their personality gels with you. A side note, I remember when my dermatologist, actually, who I loved in New York City, and I haven't been able to find one I love as much here, went on maternity leave, I went to someone, who I will not say, who is considered one of the best dermatologists in the city. I couldn't stand him. I had the worst appointment of my life with him. And I remember walking out and being like, what was that about? He's like, has all this background, and he's been in magazines that I read, and blah, blah, blah. And what I realized is that his bedside manner didn't click with me, and we were not a good fit to work together. Okay? So when you're looking at your about page, make it less like a resume and more like a conversation with your audience about how you're going to help them and why you're the best choice. Okay? All right. Number 2 copy myth we're going to debunk today is, I'm really excited about this one, is the idea that a lot of entrepreneurs think, and you'll see this a lot lately. I've been noticing this trend where everybody is like, you have to get so super specific on your ideal client. You have to know exactly who you're speaking to. And of course you do. 100% you do. And you should be super specific. But I think the scare tactic behind that is, then that means you should not put your fingers to the keyboard until you're so certain of who that is. And I just don't think that that's right. I think it's holding us back from taking action. I think that you can find your authenticity in action by still click-clacking away at the keyboard. And a great example of this comes from one of my new favorite clients. He's awesome. And what I love about this client is we've been working on his video opt-in script for his upcoming Summit Masterclass. And we threw a bunch of concepts in there in the beginning, and they were working, and it really helped him to get to the meat of what he was trying to say, the certain questions he wanted to ask, how he was presenting the summit. But he's been working on it for about like a week or 2. So he's come up since then with even better, more specific questions. So when he presented it to his group, they're like, you know what, I don't love that sentence at the top anymore. I don't love that opening. I don't love it. And the thing is, great, get rid of it, because now he has a better opening to go above it. But if he had sat back and been like, I can't put anything out there, I can't do this script until I know exactly what I want to say, we wouldn't be as far along with his copy as we are now. And so what he's a great example of is that you can tweak as you go. You can sit down and you can write through the writer's block. You can write through having no idea what you're writing. It can be super messy. Parts of it can be great, and the other part of it can be bad, and that's totally okay. And sometimes your husband's alarm can go off in the middle of you trying to record something. Really turn that off. It's over there. Welcome to the real life of an entrepreneur. See, so I could stop this video and be like, oh my gosh, I have to go back and start again. Or I could just roll with it. Like, it's okay. Right? Okay, so you can tweak as you go. Done is better than perfect. Okay? As an entrepreneur, you are going to be writing all the time. Writing is the water of your business. You need it to live. Okay? So you have to get in the habit of writing. Bad, good, or indifferent. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? Like, my bangs aren't perfect either. Like, I'm looking at myself going, wow, I should get it together. Okay? All right. Number 3, copy myth debunked. This isn't so much as a myth as much as it's kind of been a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. So I understand that if you're in the medical world, or you're a therapist, or you're somebody who, or even in a financial world, and there's like a compliance aspect that you just have to feel like what you're saying isn't like promising, millions or a clean bill of health forever. And I get that. But what happens beyond that is a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners are very scared to say what they believe or their opinion. They're very scared to offend somebody. And I've written about this before, and I will also link that too, because it's a really, why you should start offending your list. I think it's a must read for people. But what I want to say to you about it today is very simple. Stop using these words. Stop saying on a blog, on your website, in your video copy, whatever it is. Stop saying, in my opinion, and stop saying, I truly believe, or I believe, unless it's to kind of like hit home. But a lot of people use that to just kind of put a wall up. Well, like, this is just my opinion, like just in case. Or I think, or I believe. No, we're on your website. This is your business. We're reading an email from you. We are watching one of your videos. We are reading your social media. So this is your opinion. This is what you believe. So you don't need to waste time with those kind of tiptoeing, like creeping up the roller coaster hill. Like shoot out. Just shoot out and say it. It's going to eliminate those unnecessary words you don't need. And it's going to hit home if you just state the fact up front, or your opinion up front, instead of saying, in my opinion, I think this is true. Just say what the this is true part is, and skip over it. Don't be your own kind of compliance police, because 9 out of 10 times you don't need it. Cool. So these are the 3 copy myths debunked. And I hope you'll think about them a little bit this month and see kind of how they fit into what you're working on. And if it's something you're working on, any of these things, and you want a little bit of help with it, feel free to email me. You can go to the contact page and it links directly to me. I personally respond to every single email I get, and I'm happy to troubleshoot with you, even if it's just for a few minutes. And don't feel like you have to book a call with me, or you have to get on the phone with me, or you have to buy a package. I'm happy to troubleshoot with you, because my main goal is, what I want you to see is that when you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, like you're not alone, okay? That you have help and people to guide you, okay? That's it. I hope you have a fantastic Friday, and I'll talk to you soon. And happy fall, y'all. Well, it's not fall yet. It's still summer. We're still in the dog days of summer, okay? But maybe next time I see you, it'll be like official fall, okay? Bye, guys.